Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Cincinnati Spotter 210 here today, and we are going to be doing, for the first time in what seems like forever, a 1 to 400 scale airport update. This is a new airport to you guys. I made it kind of silently, made an Instagram page for it. Didn't really take off, and still hasn't taken off, but yeah, all jokes aside, just whatever aside, let's get right into the video. So I made this airport during the quarantine of 2020. Earlier this year, actually. Never really did anything with it for reasons, because I was focusing more on my 1 to 500 scale airport, and life in general got in the way. But I intended this to be kind of like a DTS, or Destin Executive Airport, if VPS never took off as an airport. So DTS became Destin's main airport, and yeah, I was going to have it be more of a modern thing, but yeah, that never really worked. So I was looking at my models, which most of which are over here, just out scattered around. And I had a lot that fit from the era that I first started plane spotting, which is the early 2010s. Granted, then it was with an iPod, old Kodak cameras, but that's besides the point. Yeah, I figured I had a lot of aircraft from that era that I could do an airport update from, and since it's so iconic to me, and I figured it would be kind of cool to do, that's what I'm going to start to do with this airport, if you guys like it. I'm going to be kind of throwback updates to better times in the aviation industry. So yeah, without further ado, I'll explain other things along the way as I get to them. But let's hop right into the update. For the first aircraft of the update, we actually have the first Gemini Jets model I ever received. This is an Allegiant Air MD-88. This is currently just about to land on runway 32 after a flight from Las Vegas, Nevada. Waiting to take the runway, we have a military charter, this Omni Air International Boeing 757-200. This arrived in from Dover Air Force Base in Washington, and this will be departing out to McCord Air Force Base in the state of Washington. Moving down the line, here we have a C-130 Hercules from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This arrived in from Pittsburgh, has been doing some touch and goes and other training along the coast, and after continuing its training, it will be departing out to, let's send this to Knoxville, Tennessee. It is the holiday season, and of course FedEx and other cargo carriers are going to be flying as often as possible, trying to get those last minute Christmas or holiday packages into customers. So here we have a FedEx Airbus A310. This just pushed back and is now taxiing to the runway for a departure out to Indianapolis, Indiana. Continuing with the cargo aircraft, here we have the other FedEx aircraft currently occupying the cargo stands. This is a FedEx 757-200. This is currently in the process of being loaded up for a flight off to Memphis, Tennessee. Moving over from the cargo stands, we move over to the signature FBO and remote stands. Starting off at the remote stands, we have this Air Canada Express CRJ-200, operated by Air Georgian. This came in from the daily flight out of Toronto Pearson last night, and just spent the night here at Destin, I forgot what I called it. Oh yeah, there it is. Destin Emerald Coast Regional Airport. Just spent the night here. It will be shortly pushed back over to a gate where it will then be loaded up for a flight back to Toronto. Moving over to the first aircraft at the signature ramp, here we have this Miami Air Boeing 737-800. This is performing charter operations. This came in from Cincinnati Lunken Airport, and it will be departing to Denver Centennial Airport in about 3 hours. Moving over to the next aircraft at Signature, here we have this former Alaska Airlines, now private, Boeing 727-100. This came in from Brunswick, Georgia, and it will be departing off to Las Vegas, Nevada later today. Finally, moving over to the gates, pulling into the gate currently, we have this Delta Connection Embraer E145 operated by Shuttle America. This arrived in from Atlanta and will be departing back to Atlanta after its a quick turnaround here. At the other Delta gate, we have this Delta Connection CRJ 700 operated by Comair. This aircraft arrived in from Cincinnati CVG about 20 minutes ago and is just resting here at the gate. In about another 20 minutes, it will be departing back to Cincinnati CVG. A few empty gates, however, that doesn't last long because here we have an Allegiant Airbus A320. This arrived in from Newark, New Jersey, and it will be departing out to Chicago Rockford in a matter of hours. Over here you can get a better view of the A320. However, let's move on to the next aircraft. This US Airways Boeing 737-300. This arrived in from Charlotte, North Carolina earlier today and is currently being reboarded for a flight back to Charlotte, North Carolina. This update, of course, takes place in a time before the US Airways merger with American Airlines, so you're going to see US Airways aircraft in these updates along with American Eagle jets in the old livery. Now moving on to the final two aircraft of the update, which are American Airlines aircraft. Starting with this American Eagle CRJ 200. This arrived in from Chicago O'Hare about 30 minutes ago. It had a very quick turnaround. This is going to be heading off to Dallas Fort Worth. For the final aircraft of the update, just arrived in from New York JFK, we have this American Eagle Embraer E145. This will be departing off to Miami in about 45 minutes. As the video comes to an end, I would just like to thank you all, of course, for watching and the continued support here on YouTube and on my Instagram pages. I always really am humbled by the support I receive. I never thought starting out I'd ever be this big. I'm not even that big still, but I mean, still better than I ever could have even dreamed of going. And the reason I'm getting so emotional here is I just reached 210 subscribers on YouTube, which might not seem like a lot at all, but Cincinnati Spotter 210 is my thing, and to finally hit that 210 subscriber mark is just, it's impressive for me. And I hope to keep growing on this platform and keep making content for you all in the future to enjoy. And if you liked seeing this retro airport update, of course, let me know. I'll be happy to do more. In fact, I have more aircraft that I don't have out I can put in these updates to make it even better. But for now, thank you all very much for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And of course, even a share would be appreciated. And I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.